We're live at Rock and Roll Mine, WROX News. We report the rocks. Here in Herkimer County, it's a beautiful day. It rained yesterday, and today there are tiny Herkimer diamonds all over the ground. We're gonna find some of them. But first, as always, we have some important things to do. For safety purposes. Last few lives have been rainy day tailings lives. This is going to be the last one before we get into some hard rock mining today. But for the earlier live, we're going to search through these tailings one more time. First, we got to get ultra safe. And you should get safe too. The safer you are, the safer I am. And while we're in safety meeting mode, I've decided recently that it's the best time to talk about the last really cool crystal that we found. And it's this one. It's a real nice one. Found just 2 days ago. It's a real good one. Really perfect clarity, really perfect tips. So, in order to keep the people that like to just come check out the video for the first few minutes, sometimes we're safety meeting. We're safety moderating a little long, and they don't get to see crystals. So now we're going to start doing the crystal reveal in the first few minutes of the broadcast. And just show the coolest crystal that we found today or yesterday. It's got a negative crystal right in the center of it. It's a really cool one. It's got some carbon in that negative crystal. Okay. So that's that. It's in my watch pocket. It's my current pocket crystal. We're going to look all along this area. Just give you a little bit of a wider view of it. Here's where we're going to be looking. tailings field. Okay, we're still working on the safety meeting just a little bit. Then we're going to dive right in. All right, great job. So there's one. There's two. All right, we're off to a good start. We're going to keep it moving. See if we can find a bunch of these little babies. Seem pretty gemmy. The rain really beat down pretty hard last night, and hopefully maybe it showed some of these little gems. They're super clear, just sitting on the top, so dirt gets beat down from around them and they just kind of hang out there. Sometimes they're really, really, really small. But you know, we need those smalls. We need them. Billions of them. Jeez, I don't even know where I'm at. Falling down the mountain. I'm in Herkimer County. Okay, I remember now. I'm in Herkimer County, falling off the mountain. Okay. You know, guys, it's not always just fun and games here at Rock and Roll. Sometimes it's dangerous. there's two more little ones, little jewelry pieces. So Ian Crossman has requested many small, tiny Herkimer diamonds for our jewelry line, and we have quite a few, but we're gonna find more just in case. Just in case we need more. We're always going to need more. Like donuts. And if I would have got that donut sponsorship that was promised to me and yanked away by Susan, then we would have an abundance of Herkimer diamonds and donuts, but we don't. So Susan is never going to live that down unless she gets the donut sponsorship back. Then we'll forgive. Then and only then. Okay, so we've gotten some pretty small crystals, but they are crystals. And after these rains, that's pretty much what we're gonna find. And when I find bigger crystals in the tailings, they're not very nice. They're a little bit beat up. We want those fresh crystals right out the pocket. The big ones. The little small tiny ones, they can handle cruising around in the tailings for a little bit. They don't get any damages. They're stronger. Not as fractured. They're just stronger. We're not going to do this for very long. So we got to hurry up and get what we can get. Get in and get out. All kinds of other stuff to do. But it is my job and my responsibility to make sure the crystals don't get lost in the tailings. This is the sound of what we've found so far. There's a few of them in there. Okay. Yeah, so today is probably the day we're going to drag these tailings, do a little hard rock mining later. And I don't know, who knows? Who knows what can happen? Anything. That's what they say. There's got to be more crystals in here. I found a couple of them a few times. You know, we're just finding these little tiny ones. Nothing crazy. Yet. Who knows, maybe a nice one will pop out of the tailings. It does happen. Not super often, but it does happen. Does happen. That might just be half of one. I think it's a perfect half. Looks like it naturally split itself in half at some point, probably a very long time ago, by the looks of it. Rehealed. think that's a record keeper that flew off a crystal. There are a few houses available in Meadowville right now, Steve. I wouldn't get a permanent site at a campground. That's a major ripoff, man. I'm not talking shit on anybody's campground. I'm just saying, in today's economy, don't get no permanent site at a campground. Waste of money, man. If you just want a house, there's houses available here. You're not going to get mining land with that house. But who cares? You just pay $12. Go to Ace. Go to, jump in your car. Go anywhere. Who cares? Let them pay the incredibly high taxes for all that land. Just go mine on it. Pay them. Everybody's happy. Yeah, there's a few houses for sale. They're on the market. They got like realtors and shit, so you can find them on Zillow. What the heck is that? What the heck are you? Thing. Looks shiny. Oh, it's not what I'm looking for because it ain't beautiful. You know, I really actually don't find very many crystals on this ledge up here. I think I need to clean this ledge off for real. Get it down to the real rock. What are you doing, Ash? Yoga? Are you doing yoga? You silly. You're silly. You're silly. Say hi to your people, Ash. Hey, get your claws out of it. What are you doing with your claws? Hey, claws. What are you doing? Just laying in a pocket? Crazy weirdo, you're covered in spiders now. Let me check the comments again. Yeah. No, you are throwing your money away if you do that camping idea. Let me just please advise you. I'm your lawyer now, Steve, okay? I'm your real estate guy, I'm your lawyer. And just go ahead and forward the retainer at your earliest convenience. And I advise you, as your lawyer, don't rent a campsite forever. That's like, look, I come from Florida. That's like the worst kind of timeshare scam. Whoa, look at that one. That's the worst timeshare scam ever. Because you know what? In the friggin' wintertime, this place is frozen and those places are closed. So you don't even have the option to do whatever the hell you want to do at any time, which is, as far as I'm concerned, when you're paying for something, you got to be able to do whatever the hell you want to do at any time. Otherwise, give me my money back. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, don't rent no campsites, man. I mean, go to those places to mine and stuff, but Ace won't do that because they have such limited campsites. I've tried to do that with them before, where I was like, I just want to rent this campsite for the next 30 days. And they were like, no, you have to come in every single day and pay at the front desk. I wasn't even asking for like a discount. I just wanted to pay. So I knew how much money I had in my life. And that way it would be gone. Something would be paid for. See how that thinking works there? The money is gone. I can't spend it. The thing that I need is, paid for. Nope. They would not do that. And it was Ted. Ted didn't want to do that. I said, okay, I'll come in every single morning then, Ted. And I did. You just don't argue with the old guys when they were like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, I don't even know what you just said right now, but fine. Nah, don't rent any of their crappy campsites. Don't rent any of their friggin' cabins for $180 million a night. Don't. Oh, gosh. Believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Also, don't. Yeah. I can't think of the other things that you shouldn't do right now, but that's what the retainer's for. So if I think of anything later, then I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'd probably just keep it to myself. I mean, how could I know if I'm not retained, if my services are not retained? How would I know to share? Like this tiny baby mountain frog, for instance. How flat is that frog right now? What a fat little pudge. Hey, excuse me, Pudge. What are you doing in there? Hey, let's keep it moving. Come on. Get that booty in motion. Baby frog. Maybe all the baby frogs live in there. I've been seeing this hole and I've been thinking maybe something lives in there. But maybe that's where all the frogs are coming from. All the mountain frogs may inhabit that mountain frog hole. Here's an interesting bunch of dead single cell organisms from 3 billion years ago. With a B. Billion. You know, these crystals are 350 million years old, but the fossils accompanying them, there were already in this crazy sea when the crystals formed after the fact. 3 billion years old. 3 billion. 350 million seems pretty old. But then you run into a 3 billion year old fossil. Doesn't seem as old. It's still fucking old. Either way. What are you trying to do, Steve? You trying to move to Herkimer County, or you just want a place to hang out whenever you feel like it? Because you're not going to live at a damn campground. Just get an Airbnb. Who is Chris Smith? Oh, I can't say. I don't have much. I don't have much on that. Who is Chris Smith? Chris Smith is Jay Smith's son. Ah, yeah. Well, you know how to get a hold of me. Away from here. If you just want to do an Airbnb thing or something like that. I'm not advertising for anything like that, but maybe. I got a whole house, I was planning on doing something like that in the long run, but yeah, I don't think it would be a wise thing to get a campground. It just doesn't seem, like your wife is really going to want to do that at a campground for any extended period of time. I honestly don't even think that you would. The first time that you did it, the first season, you'd be like, that sucked, and we paid for it. And not because of anything with regards to whoever has that. It's just the weather here and the conditions and the camping in Herkimer County for extended periods of time is kind of difficult, especially depending on what time of year, because on a certain time of year it's real fucking hot, and then in another time of year it's constantly raining, pouring, and then another time of the year it's just frozen all the way to the center of the earth. So I don't think that all the way to the center of the earth. Can you imagine what your nuts would feel like? I can. I'll tell you why. Because my house is like a tent when I first got here. And last winter I froze my ass off. So this is a cautionary tale, my friend. You do not want to camp, not even in March. I mean, I lived in Philadelphia for 25 years, and by the middle of March, it's like girls are hanging out in the park. Not here. You could still get frost in March, all the way into April. I think there may have been a frost in the late March, early April. It was maybe a little bit of a weird one, but still. It's just like mountains conditions. It's not fun. Kind of like my camera work. It's just not fun. But there are houses for sale. In Middleville. Old people houses. Old people who have passed away. Nice old houses. But then there's a lot of flood damage from a flood that happened a while back. So there's a lot of abandoned houses. They're not really abandoned, they're damaged and uninhabitable. And I don't know why they haven't either remediated that or just taken them down. They're just sitting there. So those aren't for sale. They're just too messed up. I don't really believe that, but that's what they say. But then again, you know, I was raised up in New Orleans and born in Florida, so they can't really convince me that, like, you can't live in mold, because I was actually born into it. Nobody's willing to put the time in or the effort to fix these places that got flooded. So now the bank owns them, and banks don't care about anything. I mean, how could a bank care? That's why that's like always the bank's tagline is like, we care about people. I'm like, wow, that's a blatant fucking lie. Nice tagline though. Yeah, I don't know. The houses that are for sale here in this area, they're a little high. They're a little high. You could buy Dibbles, the bar, if you want to get real fucking crazy. Just get everybody drunk and make a lot of money, probably, from owning a bar. And then you can just hire somebody to bartend. And I think there's a house above it. I think there's an apartment above it. And then you just, you know, get everybody wasted all the time. bring it back, you know? Bring back just get wasted. That's all anybody does there. Maybe they eat a pizza, but I mean, it's pretty much just like a get wasted kind of place. But yeah, that place is for sale. It's got a house. Kill two birds with one stone. Pay for your house with alcohol. Sounds terrible, but it's, you know, people have done it. It's better than being a blacksmith or something. You get a lot of burns, a lot of burn scars. Being a blacksmith. I'm just finding them, you know. There's a lot of them in here. Yeah, just buy 3 houses. No, you're right. You know what? That's my real estate trick. You must have bought my book or my online course. Oh, how ironic that you should know. Yeah, I mean, now I'm at the point where, like, if you buy my second course, it's like buy 19 houses. Because now you have 3, you know, like, once you have 1, you can have 3, but then once you have 3, you can have 9, and once you have 9, you can have 18 houses. It's called derivatives, man. I don't know what that means. But it's all explained in my future planning real estate personal business memoirs. Because that's all you're really buying when you buy my course. You're just buying my notes on a legal pad that are like, don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again. So, mostly I just tell everybody about all my mistakes. And then by the end of it, like, just do the opposite of what I've done and you'll be successful. Here's the proof. The proof is every day I have to report to a hole in the earth and find these, or else I'm in big trouble. And look, I almost walked right past one. Wait, is that one or is that just a piece of one? That is a piece of glass. So we'll just go ahead and throw that far, far away from us. Okay, I'm not finding a lot of really big stuff, but I'm finding some good stuff. They're shiny. And they're not all mauled up by the tailings and rocks. They seem pretty gemmy and nice. Ash sometimes just comes out of the middle of nowhere and just bonks me with her head and keeps going. What does that mean in the cat language? She just like slams me with her head in the arm or the foot, whatever she can reach. She just keeps going. I guess it's like a cat fist bump. It's like, but with their head. That's why cats are so dumb. Just constantly jarring their brain around. I thought it was interesting recently when everybody started making a big deal out of all the jocks getting concussions, and I was like, I've been telling everybody that the fucking jocks are dumb my whole life. Why didn't you guys listen to me? In 1988, when I was like, yo, you jocks are fucking dumb. Assholes. That was me. FSU. In 89. Ross Perot sticker on the Mazda GL. I wasn't in college then. I was just, you know, pretending to be. I was way early. I'm actually way off on my math with that comic relief story. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to really study up on my mathematics if I'm gonna pull this off. Wow, that's the ugliest crystal I've found all day. Hey, can I see your belly? Can we see it? Belly. Beans. I got you by your beans. Okay, well, even I'm getting bored. I'm gonna have a cigarette. Sit down. It's nice and sunny out. We got some, you know, oh, Bonbon's here. She's the prettiest girl. Just want to keep everybody in perspective with that. That way everybody knows, look, I need to cut the grass, but I'm letting it do a nice plush out thing. It was looking a little scraggly there for a little while. Got a little burnt. So I'm letting it do a thing. Where it grows and I don't mess with it. And then I just hack it right down. All of it. It'll look a lot better. Okay, let's look at some comments. Do we have any comments? Ugly ones. Neat. Who's ugly? Wait a minute. Yeah, Bonnie is the pretty one. So I guess that means, yeah, ugly ones need love too. It's me. I'm the ugly one. Oh, you meant the crystal. That little ugly crystal. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. It just looked milky. I think it got frozen too much. It looked like a piece of chicken that was like way in the back of the freezer that you forgot about. It was behind a bunch of pizzas and some gnocchi that you definitely forgot about a long time ago. It's just like one chicken breast wrapped in some saran wrap and just all the way in the back of the freezer. Is that fish? Is that chicken? I don't know. You know. So you just throw it as far as you can into the woods. Okay, I'm gonna roll a cigarette and it's gonna be a kitten cam for a minute or two. I was trying to tell the people about some things. Tell about how much you love your dad. Well, do ya? You're not saying anything. Oh, okay, good, thank you. That is the silentest meow I've ever heard. Oh, it was a yawn. Oh, okay. Listen, you gotta stay on camera, okay, with your cat face. And tell them some of the latest headlines. All right, let's check out some comments. All right, I got my cigarette rolled. What do we want to do? We got 4 people here. We're gonna take a vote. What do we want to do? What's the big idea? Drag some tailings, maybe find some cool crystals in the tailings immediately, or do some hard rock mining and maybe not find crystals at all ever again in our lives. Which one is it? Comment 1 or 2. Here we are in Herkimer County. It's a beautiful sunny day. The skies are blue. It's pretty bright out there, but I'm under the canopy. Beaver duck, where have you been? Where have you been? Oh, I know why you're here. The kittens sent you telegrams. And you have arrived. The cats were like, hey, man, Hey Beaver Duck, we're going live today. Kitten cam. Excuse me. What are you doing? This is a baby. The baby of all babies. See? Baby. Automatic baby mode. Give me these beans. All of them. Okay. We got two votes on crystal tailings. Ash finally found the breakfast sandwich that I threw over here because I didn't want any more of it. So it's been raining quite a bit. We've got some nice spring action going on a little bit, like 1/10 the amount that is normal. We're getting some little areas filled up here. But listen, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab a rake, a hard rake. Where is it? And we'll start pulling out some of these tailings. Oh, that's not a rake. God damn, this is boring. Didn't find one in all that time. But you know, I'm just impatient. Let's look. Well, it's not beautiful, but it's a crystal. Gonna probably have to drag this stuff and let it rain again before I can really notice very much, because it's so dirty, it's so wet. But it all needs to get dragged again. So there's that positive aspect of it. Now next time, we'll probably find a bunch of crystals there. Just a piece of a crystal that popped off in another crystal. Okay, this has been an hour and 15-minute broadcast so far. Let's take a look at what we have found. Hour and 15 minutes. No big ones, but some pretty cool ones. Some nice ones. Quite a few. Just looking around in the tailings. Bunch of little jewelry smalls. Some of them are jammy. Some of them are a little beat up. That's tailings. It's always like that. A lot of really, really, really small ones in there. I don't know how many. Maybe 30. Maybe 40. I don't know. Probably 50. Who knows? I don't know. I never know. Here's what I do know. Is there were two about here on this crystal tube. Right. Here's a cool piece of sand, Drews. It's got that sand just embedded right in there with it. Kind of looks like coral. Hey, Kiki. I just happen to be looking at comments. Yeah, that's a sparkly one. This I just let the rain clean it off. It's that sand druze, so it's like, it's got sand in there with it. It's pretty cool. It's kind of all just hanging out together, the sand and the crystals. So I like those pieces. And some other stuff in my pocket that's not in the crystal tube for some reason. Bunch of broken stuff and some druze. Okay, we're looking around. Gonna try to look through these tailings we just pulled, but from some other direction. So maybe the light will hit it differently. See some sparkles. Yo, I don't see nothing in there. It's okay. There's stuff in there. It's just not easy to see. Here's something. I don't know what it is. A thing. Piece. Piece of a bigger crystal. Looks like it broke itself and self-healed a while back. Uh-oh, Kiki sees one. Broken chunk. That's probably the one that you saw. This one. That might be it. Or, what about this one way down in here? How did we know that was in there? How did we know? Radar. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there. piece, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, it's just a little piece. Well, when we dragged, we definitely knocked some out that are becoming visible, but it's really gonna take some kind of rain, and then they're gonna be popping in here, I bet. Okay, well, only hang out here doing this for so long before we gotta do something constructive. This is not going well. It is difficult to do this. On camera. Okay. Oh, there it went. I'll find it again. It's okay. Yeah, bastard. I cannot get this thing to stay up here anymore. It used to stay on that branch. Here's just a whole table of Drews. Whole table of it. Table's made out of a rock. Also, look, this is just a whole shitload of Drews, shit pile of Drews there. Just covered in clay. Yep, those are called snake worms. And they're not even supposed to be from here. They're not like regular worms. They're real fast. I don't like them. I don't mind regular worms, but I don't like those things. I'm not scared of them or anything, but it's like, yo, you're not supposed to be here. Here's a regular worm. It doesn't act like a snake. It's just a damn worm. I don't mind them. But yeah, there's all kinds of shit that I stick my hands in these holes, and there's just weird shit in there. So I'm taking a hit for the team all the time. I'm sticking my hands in these weird ass holes and shit. I could have had my own HBO special, and instead, I'm here doing this. I'm like practically on Survivor, but I'm not getting paid like I'm on Survivor. So they didn't even give me like, call this number if you want to freak out and leave because you think you're gonna die. Nope. It's like being on Survivor without any of the good parts of Survivor, and there's not even very many good parts of Survivor. So that's what working for WROX is like. I just gotta get through it, you know. It's only 10 more years in the contract. There's only 100 more years in the contract. Somebody came here and just made a big mess and didn't clean it up. It was me. So I'm gonna have to clean up all this crap in the Bigfoot pocket, because I just fucking took all these boulders out of the wall and kind of threw them over there. So I'm gonna have to do some. We're here at the Vampire Steak. We're building this wall. You know, I don't think politicians have good ideas very often, but a long time ago China did it, and they didn't have any problems for a long time. They also didn't have any cool stuff from other places. Or diseases. So just do the math. I don't know math, but I know that it seems like a good idea to build a wall and keep all the people out. It's not rocket science. Rocket science comes later, after you build the wall, and then you have to defend the wall. Now you need to understand rocket science. It's just kind of a natural progression. I don't know if any of you ever played that game Civilization for early computer systems. It's just really in-depth game where you had to build your civilization up from scratch, and then the game took you countless hours. And then you get to the end of the game, the whole goal, unbeknownst to you the entire time, was to actually just nuke someone else's civilization. Just to completely destroy. Like you thought you were building a civilization the entire time. Haha. That's not how it really goes. Here's a crystal. It's a little bit of a beat up thing. Well, maybe not. It's beautiful. Let's see. Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? It's times like these that I really just think to myself, God, I wish I had that donut sponsorship. Could really go for a donut. Well, this is just a bunch of tiny ass little crystals. But they add up and they're great for jewelry. And Ian Crossman has requested millions of tiny Herkimer diamonds. And when Ian makes a request, it's usually for something cool. So we are, in fact, we're out here and we're finding these. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm bored as hell. And gonna roll a cigarette, read some comments. I haven't been able to look at the comments, but let's do it. Let's see. I saw beaver duck. I saw a snake, a really colorful snake yesterday, but I didn't have my phone with me. And yeah, it was a cool mountain snake. It was hanging out at the spring. But I wasn't in a live and I didn't have my phone. Kind of wished at the time that I did, because it was not as bright colored as the snake that we saw last time, but it was cool mountain colors. It was like grays and browns and pretty cool. Thanks, Kiki. Oh, a cup of coffee. A whole cup of coffee. That's what I like. I like coffee. So anytime somebody buys me a cup of coffee. I've actually had to really start making coffee at home, because I'm just spending all my money on coffee all the time. It's just so convenient. But I used to spend a lot more on coffee when I lived in Philadelphia, because I would go to Dunkin' Donuts constantly and get a shot of espresso in my coffee, and then it would make the coffee like $5. And I'd be freaking out, man. I'd just freaking out. In the middle of the city. Yep. $5 later. Okay. All right, now I should be able to see the comments, see the screen, maybe see the comments, I don't know. They're kind of tough to read. I've been taking a break from hard rock mining, been doing other things. Sorting crystals a lot, really a lot of sorting, cleaning. Found some pockets over the past month, 2-3 pockets. So I had a lot of crystals to clean and sort through and grade. The grading is what takes a really long time because I have to grade them and then grade them again and again and again and again. Kind of just this process of going through them and seeing all certain ones, not seeing other ones. It takes a while. So new listings are going up at Etsy. I'm posting those listings to the videos here so that they're linked. Some of the videos where the crystals were found. So I'm going to try to start doing that, where when the video is published, there will be links to the crystals in the numbered order of when they're found in the video. So there's some indication. And a place where you can just click at in the description of the video and go buy the crystal if you want that crystal. So that's the kind of stuff that I've been working on. But I'm sure everybody's pretty bored with this, and let's see, it's been 106 minutes. I'm trying to keep these a little shorter. So I'm going to come back on for another live later at around 5 o'clock when the sun starts going down. It's a little bit cooler. And for WROX, live at Rock and Roll Mine, this is Sean Adam signing out. Be safe out there.